As we embark on the postseason of the NFL and we watch the best teams, the best players play in this tournament that leads to the Super Bowl, and we marvel at their physical play and their talents, and we see record-breaking performances in this great era of offense that we have. One of the things that I love doing on this show is to find stories that are beyond the headlines, and it's not always about watching Drew Brees set passing records or Aaron Rodgers have one of the great quarterback seasons ever, but it is storylines of people that just have a passion to do something. And the quick story of our next guest is I met this guy asking for directions. And my family's with me and strike up a conversation, and next thing you know, I find out that he's from Central Florida, played high school football here, went to play college at Valdosta State, and has looked for an opportunity to play football. And he just wants to play football. And you don't always get to play in the NFL. And doesn't mean he can't play football.
Right.
So David Robinson, not the former center for the San Antonio Spurs and the naval officer, but David Robinson is a football player that I met. David, first off, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. How you doing, Mark?
I'm doing good. Okay, so I got the story so far. You and I met. We're having a conversation. You tell me a little bit about your background, and I say, where'd you play ball? I throw out some coaches' names. You give me some names back, so we kind of find out a little bit about each other. You tell me about your passion to play football. And tell our audience, you played football where last year?
Last year I played overseas in Austria. It was a wonderful experience. Just trying to, live the dream,
In Austria. Now, when you said that, I was like, wait a minute. Did you say Austria? And then you informed me that, yeah, there's a league in Austria. Then you kind of told me where to go find. And at AmericanFootballEurope.com, I then learned, as you directed me, there are hundreds and hundreds of teams that play in European countries all over, and there was Austria, and you played for the Cineplex Blue Devils. What was playing football in Austria like?
Man, it was awesome. It was like another world. I would hop off the train, and they'll call me 50 cents. I'd say, no, I'm 25 cents, It was just like, it was a dream come true, They look up to us guys, and we just let them know and give them the motivation in order to play the game, All
right. Now, in Austria, in the league, there are three divisions, and you played in the top division. Give me an idea what a team was made up. I mean, how many American players, how many foreign players, how many Austrian players, and what was the quality of football like in Austria?
The quality was kind of like Division 2 football, and it consists of three American players, and like the American players, will dominate, but once we get going, then the other players start getting going. It was awesome experience. It was an eye opener, to the next step and the next level, and a lot of coaches you see there, and you meet a lot of coaches from Canada. You meet all kinds of coaches just to get to the next level,
As far as facilities, equipment, stadiums, and crowds, what was it like playing in Austria?
It was wonderful. I got a story. Like, I went through Paris and went over to Austria, and I had all my equipment with me, and then they stopped me. They was like, "What's going on with this equipment?" I was like, "Well, I'm going to play football in Austria, someplace I've never been. Hopefully, and then having faith that I'll just get there, and everything will be all right, and I'll be able to play football."
What were the size of crowds? Give me like the largest crowd in Austria and the smallest crowd that you played in front of.
The largest crowd was 10,000. The smallest crowd was like one. You might see 5 people in the stands. But you never know what'll happen. Once over there, they love to drink beer, so you get the beer in the system, and I guess to get the chatting and everything. They love the game. They love the impact. They love the hype of it. They love the celebrations of it. And just they love everything about American football. It's kind of awkward, but it's like living a dream over there,
It's interesting here. The world's most popular sport, soccer, is a growing sport and still is being embraced by people. So in Austria, what is their knowledge of American football? Meaning, do they know who our top stars are? Is it a sport that is still something that they're learning the rules? What did you find the Austrian fan base to be like?
Oh, they know more about football than we think they know. Like, it's crazy. Like, this guy, I met him in Serbia. He loved the Green Bay Packers. So I was like, "Oh, you're an Aaron Rodgers fan?" He's like, "Yeah, I love Aaron Rodgers." I said, "You want cheese?" He said, "Yeah, I love cheese." They love the game of football. I mean, it was surprising to me, but they love the game of football.
David Robinson with us from the Central Florida area, played at Valdosta State, playing football abroad, played in Austria last year. Give me an idea. Could you make a lot of money playing football at the highest level in Austria? What kind of money did you make?
I asked for $72,000, and they said, "No, we don't have that type of money." And they say, "Oh," I'm like, "Well, give me room and board, and give me a car, give a train, a visa." And they gave me $1,000 in my pocket, so everything was paid for. I was like, you can't beat that, you know. And sometimes you can make up to 2,000 euros depending on if you win games, you know, and that converted over to, you know, the U.S., you made pretty good change, you know, in 5 months, you know.
So for 5 months, you lived okay. I mean, you played football in Austria, and you were okay with the pay, and you were able to make a living over there.
Yes, sir. I mean, it's a gamble. You know, I'm not going to say it's all out, everything is great and gravy, but it's a gamble that you have to take, and if you have faith in yourself and the team, and go ahead and get with the team and everything can go pretty good.
David, how much English was spoken in your locker room, and if it wasn't a lot, just how hard was communicating?
Man, the communication is more nonverbal communication, but like they know English better than I know German, you know, so I'll pick up classes and I try to communicate with them with, you know, Guten Tag, with, you know, good morning, you know, just little words, you know.
But touchdown celebration's a touchdown celebration in any language, right? Yeah. Again, you played at Valdosta State. You played a little bit of everything on defense, okay? Why are you doing this? Well, I mean, why do you continue to look at places to play? And I'm going to talk to you about where you may play next to give our audience a little bit more background on just what you're willing to do. But why are you doing this?
Well, I ran a 4.3, you know, in the combine, so I figured I might as well take my talent some other way and be able to enlighten other people's lives. I go to high schools over there, and they just love football players. Like, they be waiting for me to get off the train, and it's an inspiration to everybody else's life over there, you know, that they can do it regardless of what's going on in your life. You can do it, you know. Just put your mind to it, and you'll be successful, you know, successful. You know, that's all it takes. You
and I spoke yesterday. We talked about you playing in Austria. Tell people where you are thinking about playing in the next month or so.
I'm thinking about going over to Serbia or maybe going to Indiana, but I think Serbia.
Well, Indiana would be in one of the indoor leagues.
Serbia
outdoor.
Or Indiana?
No, but you're giving thought about going to Serbia to play. What do you know about Serbia and the football in Serbia?
All I know is what I Googled. You know, Google is my best friend.
What I Googled.
And I mean, they told me they'll give me room and board. They'll put, you know, money in my pocket, probably 2,000 euros, and I help them build a program from ground up, and then I go from there. You know, just helping the kids out and helping their varsity, also their JV, you know, to go to the next level.
How do you learn about football opportunities in Serbia? Again, when you and I spoke yesterday, you Skype. I mean, the Internet's a powerful tool, but that is how you communicate with these people for opportunities to play, correct?
Yes, sir. That's what I do. I go on Skype, and they Skype me. I say, "Hey, how you doing?" And they say, "Oh, you're really here." I was like, "All right, yeah, I'm here."
Serbia's a long way away. I mean, years ago was a pretty war-torn country. I mean, it's peaceful now, but to go play in Serbia for months again, that takes a pretty big commitment.
Yeah, it does, you know, and I bring my family over. They take care of my family, and I feel like if I work 5 months at Universal and then come over, go to Serbia, go to Austria, go to Switzerland, go to Italy, you can't beat that life, you know?
I'm guessing all our listeners also wondering what football opportunities are there in Indiana?
Well, the National Indoor Football League.
Well, I don't think we mentioned that, is what I'm saying.
No, I did. You weren't listening.
Yeah, I was.
Now, that would be to play the indoor game, right, David? I mean, it's you've got an opportunity to play in the National Indoor Football League, right?
Yes, sir. Like you said, it's a different game, but I mean, if I'm outside playing 11 on 11, then I know I got more confidence, you know?
Yeah.
And getting to the next level, you just got to be able to just stand regardless of what happens.
In the European leagues, are all the leagues, David, do they have limits on the American players? I think you said in Austria it was 3 per team. Is that common, or do some places allow for more Americans? And then the international player, what's the biggest difference in just their understanding of technique and where you think the gap is for kids that grow up here playing football from the young age to Europeans that pick the game up?
Well, the thing is with the Europeans over there, and to go back, actually, I'll just go back to what you said earlier. There's only 3 Americans allowed on the field at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So actually 2. And sometimes you can substitute. So you have 2 offensive players, you have 2 defensive players that's really good. So definitely, once everybody corresponds, like I was playing safety. So and then we had a defensive lineman named Bud Thacker from Florida State.
Mm-hmm.
So what we did, we just rotated. So we got 2 really good offensive players and 2 really good defensive players, and then we put it all together. And the difference over there, I just show them technique. I don't even talk to them really. I say, look, I point at my eyes, and I tell them, and then we do repetitions, over and over again, because I was a coach also, as well as a player.
Mm-hmm. What's the quality of quarterbacks in Europe?
Oh, they're good because they come over from America,
mm-hmm.
So they're really good. So therefore they can, once they throw that corner or once they throw that fade, then it gets there. It's up to the receiver to catch it,
What's the oddest teammate you played with, meaning just from where he was from, just wasn't very good, but maybe because of his size he played? I mean, is there anybody that really stands out that you said, man, this is a character?
Man, this guy named Tebow. Not Tebow, T-Moo. T-Moo. And he was a running back. And he actually, I was like, man, he'll be pretty good, in the Division I or Division II program over in the United States.
Right.
So I just put my head together. I was like, man, if you really want to play, you got to try to, network, and do what you have to do, because he's really good, man. He was like 225. Running like a 4.5, but he was really good on his cuts, and every time he get hit, he goes again. Every time he get hit, he goes again. So I mean, they got quality players over there, but it'd be like 1 or 2,
Is your motivation a dream that you just want to keep on playing, or is there something that happened to you that you said, because of this, I'm not going to accept no?
Well, it was up in Joliet. I went to Joliet Junior College. And I went to Indianapolis, and I ran a 4.3, and I was like, man, I got speed, so all I need is technique. And I went to one of these camps, and the coach said, man, you got talent, and all you need to do is work on your technique. So I said, I might as well just work at Universal and go overseas for 5 months and see if I can make it to the league one day,
But are you okay if that doesn't happen, meaning if the opportunity to play international continues for, let's say, 7, 8 more years? Are you okay with that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's like going to Italy, a free trip to Italy. Plus, you get 1,000 euros, 2,000 euros in your pocket, so that's $2,200 American money.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I thought about it. I was like, well, have a part-time job and doing nothing, or be physically fit and traveling the country and then meeting people, and finding out what people's dreams is and shooting a video or movie at the same time, It's like, it's a dream come true, regardless if you make it to the NFL or not. It's about just you saying, I'm going to set a goal and I'm going to do it. And that's my goal, to go overseas and come back to Florida, or go to Florida and go overseas, and just live my dream playing football,
The 5 months you were in Austria, what one thing did you miss the most about the United States?
The food. Believe it or not. And the convenience of being able to get in my car and go somewhere. But, I mean, it was peaceful, being able to get on the train and go to Italy, get on the train and go to Moscow. It was peaceful. But I missed the convenience of my hamburger, my McDonald's. But they have McDonald's over there, but it's not like our McDonald's.
You're not going in to get that Happy Meal, right? It's a little bit different over there. Yeah. Do you know what the food like in Serbia?
Serbia, I actually don't know. I just started talking to the guy. And,
better Google it.
I better Google it, right? I don't sound too happy.
When do you have to make a decision? Because those leagues either have started or are just about to start, correct?
Yes, sir. Actually, I verbally committed to Indiana, but if Serbia come with the money and everything, I'm probably gonna go with them. You know, so it's all about, you know, taking care of your family and having the, you know, the money first, and then going ahead and say, okay, now I could do it. You know, and then looking towards the future, saying, okay, if I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna talk to these guys and shoot a movie with them and motivate them, then I guess that'll be okay, you know, long term.
Well, David, I think it's a really interesting story. I think your passion to continue to play, you know, is really interesting. And I'll keep in touch. We'll follow and see what's going on. If you go to Serbia, we'll certainly follow you there. And you know, best of luck. And whether it's in Serbia or someplace else, we'll keep a watch and see what's going on. And thanks for sharing the story, man.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you having me on the show. Now, y'all have a good one.